everyone. Hello. I hope you're all doing well. I have to apologize for any background noises that are not the music, which you apparently can't hear. So desktop audio doing. There we go. I should have fixed the music. No apologies for that. We're back on Skyrim music tonight. Yes, my apologies for any background noise. Those of you who are kind enough to watch this on VOD. It's very, very warm here again. We're sat at 30 degrees. My sun's about to go down in the UK. It's not normal, and it's not fun to experience. So I'm trying to avoid overheating. But I've got a one-off full paint through. I plan to paint this whole model tonight. Hopefully. Should look good at the end of it. It is the Weirdnob Shaman for the Orc clans in Age of Sigmar. It's been a little while since I painted a Sigmar model. And I like orcs. I think they're neat. So I decided to paint it. So I already base coated most of it in black, and then I'm just going to finish off the base coating. Putting some Celestra Grey up on the smoke. And then getting on with this weird boy. Or weird knob, I should say. It's not a boy, he's a knob. It's all grown up. So I'm hoping that none of my paints dry out too much today. I'm going to try and keep it kind of a simple one. It's not going to be too complex. If you were watching last time, you know that I shipped off those Tau recently, so they are gone. They were a more technical paint through. A lot of different techniques going on, a lot of care and careful recalibration of colouring went into that. So it's nice to have one that I can kind of just relax a little bit more with. Kind of not worry if it doesn't go to plan so much. Just generally have a bit of fun with it. And that's my plan with this guy. Just have a little bit of fun. Sort of a battle standard, high tabletop standards type deal. This is going to be based, but maybe not anything particularly extravagant. Maybe just, a simple texture paint, something like that. Just, like I mentioned, just working on this. I'm working by daylight lamp again, so if you see me sort of drifting off to one side, it's probably just to get some better lighting on a particular part. If I drift off too much, feel free to yell at me in the comments. And if I don't drift off, by some miracle, feel free to yell at me in the comments anyway. Tell me what you want to see. Give me some inspiration. I do have a plan for a series of streams coming up soon. But I got some other stuff in the works, other stuff lined up. I'd like to do something special, so I like to do some stuff that folks want to see, rather than just stuff that I felt like doing because I have it lying around. is all based up now, which is great. I'm going to do a bit more of an effort to, or make a bit more of an effort, I should say, to keep my space a bit tidier. And I know anyone who's seen these streams regularly is chuckling away to themselves. But I am going to make a bit of an effort to tidy my hobby space. So hopefully by the end of it, there won't be a huge collection of paints. It'll just be, you know, what we expect to see. But I'm not making promises on that one. So I'm going with a kind of, not really sure what kind of vibe. I was originally going to do like swampish, dark green and stuff like that, but I'm thinking maybe more like WoW orcs. So, you know, red dust balls, kind of more brightly coloured, a bit more fun. Mainly because I've done a lot of swamps recently and I want to change it up a little bit. And maybe try some something I'm a bit more, I don't know, a bit more excited by a painting. So, start off with feet and legs, work your way up, as usual. In a slight turn of events, or maybe not a surprising one, no, I'm doing the base last on this, because, partly because then I can sort of put some deliberately on the feet, make it look like, you know, intentional. But also because it's kind of the most boring part to put on as a stream. And because it's going to take the longest to dry, even in 30-degree weather here, it's going to take ages to dry. So I don't want to be working around a damp base for the whole stream. It's okay. Once again, I'm just focusing on getting really nice. So one thing that I've been sort of noticing with my painting is that I'm missing some of the color saturation a little bit as I've gotten a bit quicker. So I'm really trying to slow down, make sure I've got really nice saturation on the colors. Move this way a bit. I'm working on making sure colors are nice and saturated on the model. I just need to be careful about paintbrushes drying out too quickly in this weather. So I'm somewhat taking my time a bit more, but just taking a little bit more care to make sure that all the areas really are covered. And it's nice and even, and there's no weird patchiness or anything. So, Starting off with, I think it's Lauren Forest to look up here. So I wanted a kind of dark, greyish, murky green. So I'm actually making the skin overall quite light. As everyone knows, you start with the darkest colour first. And work your way up to the highlights. Okay. I'm also trying to work with a lamp, so it's a little tricky with the light. But we'll get there. I'm not in any time limit for a change, so I'm gonna enjoy this. I always gravitate towards painting orcs when I've got a bit more time, just because I find them really fun to paint, and I'm not sure why. They always seem to have the most interesting models. Alright, buddy. Ninja face. Get your neck down there as well. And his chin. And again, I'm not worrying too much about the eyes and everything at this stage, but I'll come back and do those. It gets a bit more down through the layers. Or is it up through the layers? In this case, I'm working my way up to the smaller layers. Either way. Eyes are not quite a priority right now. Space. I think I'm particularly keen to paint this one just because it's got a lot of like cloaks and things like that, and I love painting cloaks. I think they're great. Super satisfying to paint. They always look good as long as you can get your colour good and flat. You don't need a lot of highlighting to look good. And by flat, I mean even. They're a very rewarding thing to paint. Probably my favourite thing to paint. Cloaks, fur, and wings. I love painting them. this is back. I'm just giving like a nice solid purple, because in orc terms that means he is weird. Because everyone knows purple is weird. Alrighty. Looking down over his shoulder now. And then you gotta make sure you do the underside as well. You won't necessarily see it clearly, so you can give yourself a little bit of leeway with mistakes if you make them, but somehow even the unseen bits make a difference to your overall perception of the model. Now in this case, you're probably going to see a bit more of it than your average cloak. But as a general rule, you don't see a lot of cloaks, especially the inside of cloaks. They're too busy being all swishy and cool at the front, giving drama and flair to an otherwise boring Space Marine town. Enough about my opinion of those. Okay. And then again. Strictly speaking, I should have put down a black base coat on that side. I forgot when I was base coating it, but like I said, because it's the underside, I'm going to give myself that leeway with the mistake. I'm just going to roll with it. It's a little bit brighter than the other side. That should be fine. It's not going to be the end of the world. I'm more concerned with this top layer getting the good, even color, being nice and vibrant. This is going to be one of the focal points of the whole model. And just in here as well. Some of the more minor work that I'll do in this stage, but an important bit, I feel. And that's partly why I started doing the cloak when I did, because you'll need the subsequent layers on the skin to cover any extra colours that appear from painting the cloak. So the next layer on the orc skin should cover most of that without any issue. Okay. Next up. Okay, this will work, I think. hold off on that one actually. Just gonna use these two. Now I'm starting off with this one. Just letting those other colours settle before I add any extra layers in. Continuing on with those. I don't even know what to call these. Skirts? Privacy covers? Modesty flaps? You know, whatever you would call them. Painting that now. I'm kind of going for a sort of plain woven hemp kind of vibe for these. Like, I don't want them looking too ratty or horrible, but just very simple. Because he may be an orc, he may be weird, but he's also a shaman. And in 40k universe, that unfortunately means running into stereotypes. And this is likely going to be painted to be sold or traded. So it's likely not going to stay with me. So I'm kind of painting it as a variation on what most would expect to see for this model. Okay. And the last little bit here. Come on. Come on. Stop being stubborn. Trying to push around partially dried paint. Best way to get into that skirt. A phrase I never thought I would have to say in relation to an orc, but here we go. Okay. Situations like this is why, for most people, I would say paint in sub-assemblies or on the sprue even. It's so much easier. I paint like this for stream mainly because it helps people who don't play Warhammer, who wouldn't necessarily recognize a model but do come to the stream. It helps them to kind of visualize what I'm doing a bit more. But if it's for my own, like if it's with commissions, for example, I'd usually paint in sub-assemblies just to get a bit of a better overall look. There's not a huge demand for pre-painted minis at the moment. Most individuals are either getting into it themselves for the first time, or they already have a collection, already have a painter that they go to. Maybe one day that'll change, but right now, this is just a hobby for me. With the occasional little bit of work. Alright. That should be good enough. Probably gonna hear me say that a lot today. That should be good enough. Like I said, it's for my own entertainment and a possible trade. I'm not going to go over the top on it. And you know what? It's okay to do that sometimes. It's okay to just do an alright job sometimes. It doesn't always have to be perfect. So I'm just, mostly for my own benefit, I'm just outlining this strap now so that I don't lose it. So it is one of those ones that's kind of easy to lose in detail a bit, especially when it's already been painted over in parts. I want to make sure it stays distinct. So good. I'm gonna hold off on that for the time being, actually. I know what's coming next. Alrighty. The collection is starting. It has begun. Whereas critters will know it has begun. There is quite a large number of paint stacking up. It's fine. They're all earmarked for use. Okay. I have to rinse my brush quite regularly at the moment to stop it clogging too badly. Even if I'm sticking with the same colour. So you'll hear me wash it a bit more than usual. Just taking off that excess water. It's not the end of the world when you drip like that, but it's a little bit irritating. It can be more annoying if you're, you know, several layers deep and suddenly the water drips, because it will wash away multiple layers if you're not careful. Okay. Up here. I do, again, skulls are weirdly satisfying to paint. They often look pretty amazing when they're done right. But they also get overlooked a lot in terms of being base decorations or very small, inconsequential parts of the model. But when they're big like this and, you know, obviously a focal point, it's really satisfying to make them really look good. Obviously, this is only the base layer. You know, it's rare that something looks amazing on the base layer. It's getting there. Okay. So I was wondering, this is a compilation from Skyrim exploration themes again. You can find it on YouTube. It's actually called Skyrim Music and Ambience. It's like a 10-hour loop situation, so you can have it on as much as you like. I find it incredibly helpful when I just want to relax my mind a bit. Next, all the little skulls. So this stem I thought originally was bone. I think it's actually supposed to be wood. So I'm gonna paint that up as wood in a second. Maybe do some glow effects at the bottom of the smoke here. Like a burning torch of some kind. I'll see if I have enough time. Hey, Alex, welcome. How's the pain? It's going well, thank you. I hope you're doing well. And thank you. So still very early stages, but I'm enjoying it. It's a lot. It's a nice break from what I've been doing, which is a lot of high detail, very careful work. This is just for fun piece. But how have you been doing? I hope you've been well. Okay. Right, and I'm just... Man. Just gonna work on the skulls slowly, I think. It's hard to get these right because it's painting white over black. So the black is going to show through all but the very thickest of layers, really. You can use it to your advantage. And for me, I like to use it to help make the sockets of the eyes stick out a little bit more. So it sort of naturally adds contrast there. If it's got a jawbone, it helps with definition on there as well. Come back here. Ain't done with you yet. Alright. And again, I'm not worrying too much if there's a bit of overspell in the colours just yet. We'll definitely go back and tidy up a lot of this work in the next steps. And work on bringing in the other colours, highlights, all that sort of thing. Okay. And again, I'm aware the fans might be a little loud in the background. I do apologise if that's coming through quite strongly. It's a futile attempt to turn this into a somewhat habitable room. Next one. If I've got a lot of paint on the brush, I tend to try and do the face area last to prevent flooding those details that I mentioned. It's not a perfect system, but it tends to work in my favour more often than not. Going inside this jaw, I just want to do a rough base layer there. Hey Ozzy, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Okay. And I think I'll do these horns as well in this colour. Actually, I have a better idea. Use this one instead. Because I want it to look still like sort of skeletal horns almost. But I want it to look different to the bone that we've been working on as well. So a slightly different base layer should help with that. And it will have different washes as well, so by the end of it, it'll look completely different, but hopefully it will still be recognizable as what it should be. Okay, I'm gonna pass here too. Just doing the delicate bit first this time. Okay, just crushing people who thought they knew more than talking to me. That's fair enough. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm glad you're doing well. It's good to hear. Although I tend to not be the kind of individual to punish people for not knowing things. Even if they're being arrogant about it. That's probably just my customer service side. Okay, there you go. We're getting there, slowly. Starting to look more like a first draft now. Which is always a nice feeling. Your name again, Dove? That just means I haven't read the books as thoroughly as they think they have. Because if you'd not read the books, then you probably wouldn't know about. You probably wouldn't even know what a Maiar is. Because they're not referenced in the films at all. Well, not directly anyway. The real name for wizards in that universe isn't mentioned, but the fact that there are more than one is if you watch the extended editions. So it always pays to read the book. Don't just watch the film if you've got an assignment on it. You never know what you might find. You may even like the book. It's okay to enjoy reading. I promise. be really careful about leaving paints open at the moment. So if I go a little bit quiet, I'm probably just checking that they're all shut. Just to be on the safe side. Because otherwise, I could end up with a lot of very dried out paints over the next few days. Okay, I'm going with stone chips for this. Like I said, I'm kind of taking inspiration from WoW orcs in how I'm painting this, but also trying to make it so that it wouldn't look out of place in a 40k army. It's very loose inspirations. Some people paint these as metal chips, some people paint them stone, some people paint them leather. Doesn't really make a huge difference. But to me these look like flint arrowheads, you know? Like you'd find washed up in a river. Isn't really taking form the wizards? Again, it's not directly referenced, and it's not really explained, Buzzy. So in the movies, it's you know, there are wizards, and you know, there's obviously the infamous Saruman as he should be line, but it's not really explained the significance of the wizards, the different colors that they wear, you know, the role that they take in guiding Middle-earth in general, or safeguarding it, or whatever term you want to use for what they do. So it's acknowledged, but I wouldn't really say it's explained. So I think you could be forgiven for not knowing that if you haven't read the books. As it is also a couple of brief lines, only in the extended editions. And as much as I adore Lord of the Rings, it's a lot of lore. It's easy to make mistakes. And it's easy to miss things in those movies. Very excited for Wings of Power. I'm excited too. I'm looking forward to some fresh Tolkien cinematography, I'm gonna call it. I know that's not the right term, but I can't think of the umbrella term for moving pictures right now. Because that is not my area of expertise. But yeah, I'm keen for some more Tolkien on the screen. It's gonna be interesting. I think much like everything these days, there's going to be a lot of people who love it, a lot of people who hate it, a lot of people with some very strong opinions on it, and I'm doing my best to go in with as open a mind as possible. Because few things will ruin something for you faster than having a preconceived idea of what it should be. So I don't know anything about the proposed plot, I don't know anything about the people who've been cast, who's involved. I've deliberately stayed away from all the speculation and stuff. Because ultimately, you know, whatever our opinions of it now, it's unlikely to have a dramatic effect on something that's got such a huge budget behind it, that has been in production for so long. So yeah. I'm just content to wait for it. It'll be ready when it's ready, and I'm sure that the people who are involved with it have done the best they can. So, I mean, like I said, I don't really know much about what's being proposed for it, so I can't really comment, to be honest. But again, if you hadn't read the books, you wouldn't even know who that was at the beginning. I will say, mentioning Galadriel, I will say that I absolutely adored Kate Blanchett as Galadriel. I thought she did a phenomenal job. And I fully 100% believe that that woman is an elf in real life. She just seems like a genuinely lovely human being all around. And I am so glad that she got to play Galadriel, because I think she absolutely nailed the character. And I'm sure the people who were cast in this will do an equally good job. And if they don't, that's okay. We still have all the other stuff that we've been given as Tolkien fans. And, you know, just because one thing maybe isn't as good as the others, doesn't mean the rest of it's bad. I mean, the animated movie exists for one thing, and I was not a fan of that at all. Okay. Hey. Need to send you my minis so for you printed? Absolutely. Absolutely. Drop me a DM. I'll happily paint them up for you. Just let me know how much, how many minis, sorry, and what the color schemes are if they're not, like, well-known characters, for example. I'll be more than happy to paint some stuff up for you. I'm finally at the point where I can actually start taking commissions again, which feels great. So I would be very happy to take some at any point. Alrighty. Guys, coming along nicely. I'm happy with that. I love your emotes, by the way. I don't know if they're new or if I've just not seen them. But I think your emotes are fantastic. Super cute. Okay. Secondary layers. Oh no, wait. That's great. I need some silver in my life. That's my favorite silver. I'm painting iOS. Nice. Yes, I'm painting iOS purely because I got given the model and I like painting orcs, so I was like, hey, sure, I'll paint him up. I find painting orcs very relaxing. Or orcs, to be specific about it. But which AOS faction did you start with yourself? Was he? Alrighty. More silver on the nail. For those wondering, Iron Hand Silver, beautiful, beautiful paint to use. Honestly, I prefer it over Lead Belcher these days as a gunmetal color. Just because it sits on models so much nicer. It gives really great coverage. The only time I won't use it is if I'm looking for something that's a bit more dark and dingy in general. But even then, I'll often layer lead belcher over Ironhand silver just to get the better effect. Oh, Ideneth. Main character in Court of the Lane King. Okay. Sounds good. I don't know if you were here earlier when I was talking about it, but this is kind of mainly my own design in terms of color scheme. I'm not really following a set one. I'm just going with kind of whatever I fancy on this. I'm not going too crazy. It's not going to be any wacky freehanding or anything like that. It's just very simple, kind of slightly WoW inspired, but not massively type model. And it's a little bit of a break. I've done a lot of high detail stuff recently, and like I said, it's a bit of a painting holiday to me to do something like this. Okay. Secondary layers, I think. Oh, but I hope you have fun with the painting. I do like Ideneth. I think they're great models. I've painted the big turtle from Ideneth. If you're familiar with that. Painted that last year for the WWF charity campaigns. Because it was turning back the tide for turtles. So I painted a big old turtle for him. Which is a huge amount of fun. Okay. So realistically, I probably should have left this until a little bit. So I've done a little bit more of the stuff that's probably going to bleed out onto it. I really like purple and I like cloaks. It's kind of like skipping ahead and eating your dessert before you've eaten your main course. And when you're a kid, you couldn't do it much. But as an adult, you know you shouldn't. But sometimes you're just going to eat the cake first. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm eating my chocolate cake first. Then I'll go back and eat my greens. Quite literally in this case. Because then I have to go back and do all the skin. Okay. I saw that. Behave yourself. Gul'dan, how dare you forsake Thrall? I would never forsake Thrall in-game. But, he doesn't have a model that I'm aware of. Whereas I was totally given this definitely not Gul'dan inspired model. I'm totally not painting to represent Gul'dan in any way, shape, or form. So, it's a Baron's Orc, I swear. A refugee from Orgrimmar. Or Orgrimmar, depending on how you pronounce it. Thrall. Can't remember how they pronounce it in the cinematics offhand now. It's always been Thrall to me. There's Norse pronunciations. I'd read it too many times before I heard it said out loud. No, he's fantastic. He's one of my favorite characters in World of Warcraft. He's is the reason I stuck with the Horde for so long. When he stopped being War Chief, I somewhat stopped caring about the Horde in general. Vulcan was okay, but, you know, it wasn't the same. Old Zaki boy. No, I shouldn't really call him that now, really, should I? Considering what they introduced in Battle for Azeroth. And I'm trying not to spoil things, so I'm not going to mention anything forward of Battle for Azeroth. Even though I know full well that not only is Shadowlands coming to an end, but Dragonflight is already in alpha. Not to date the video or anything. But I'm also not up to date with WoW lore myself, so I wouldn't want anyone to spoil it for me if I was watching this later on. Throw out the win fanfics? People will put a fanfic of anything. I tend to have very little opinion on them in general. Hey Prox, welcome in. How's it going? Oh, dang paint pots. BFA is the reason 70% quit. I'm pretty sure BFA was not the entire reason. It might have had something to do with the whole Blizzard getting sued for gender-based criminality actions. But BFA didn't help, I'll say that. Doing well? I am doing well, thank you. I am chilling. I am enjoying some painting, even if I am picking up the wrong colours. And, yeah. There we go. Generally having a good chill time, despite the 30-degree heat. Okay. I'm glad you're doing well. I really am. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm playing one of my favourite games with one of my favourite people, and then I get to go celebrate a friend's hen do. A friend of mine is getting married soon, and she kindly invited me to a hen party, so I'm going to be eating, drinking, having fun with them. Just the first bit of socialization I've done in a long, long time. So I'm kind of trying to remember how this whole speaking to people thing works, but, you know, I'm looking forward to it. And then Saturday, I've got that 5-year anniversary stream that I've been talking about. And you know what? I have to ask, how much interest is there in me playing Anthem again on stream? So I might change the original plan I had for that if there's any interest in Anthem. Because I love that game, and I really loved streaming it. but I don't know how many people would be interested in watching any of it, especially considering it's not going to be around for much longer. Okay. Just disappointed you? That's fair. I adore that game. But I know... See, I understand the people who have a problem with it. Because the launch was very mismanaged, in my opinion. And it did both the fans and the game a huge disservice in the end. And I firmly believe that EA are completely and wholly responsible for what happened with Anthem and cost us a really amazing game in the process. I will say, I am thoroughly biased. I adore Anthem. I will happily sink as many hours as I am allowed to into that game. And have absolutely no issue with it whatsoever. But I understand that not everyone feels the same way, which is why I'm asking before I just go, I'm gonna play 20 hours of a dead game on stream for my own enjoyment. Or however long I decide to play for. But it is a game that is sadly no longer supported. The servers are probably going to shut down in the not too distant future. My guess would be at the end of this year, unless someone decides to take it up again. But legitimately, if they ever revived Anthem, I would be a full-time Anthem streamer. I would stream nothing else. I really love that game. But Saturday isn't all about me. It's about celebrating this channel. And while Anthem is a part of it, it's not the whole of it. There's a lot more to this community than a love of Anthem. I have a choice of a couple of games in mind, and then probably gonna open up some DVD lobbies. See how we do then. Or play some DVD killer games if lobbies can't be filled. It's gonna be during the day for me, so I don't know how long I'll be able to stream for, because it's due to be the hottest day of the week so far on Saturday. I can't stream in the evening now because I have of the plans and prior engagements. Have I ever considered Dark Souls? I've considered it. I like the look of the universe, but the lack of accessibility really puts me off. I am not the kind of person who plays a game just because it's hard. And I actively avoid overly difficult games, which Dark Souls does strike me as a game that is overly brutal for the sake of being brutal. So it looks fun. I enjoy other people playing it, but I don't think it's really my cup of tea, unfortunately. There are far too many people who insist that Dark Souls have to be played a certain way as well, which kind of ruins it for streamers who are maybe experiencing it for the first time. Yeah, having mobility issues, shit, ow, sometimes means that you hit your camera while you're painting, but it also means that certain games are not really viable for me to play. Dark Souls unfortunately being one of them. Which is a shame. And if they ever added a mode for people like me, I'd definitely reconsider. I tried, can't remember which one, but one of the Souls-like games that's out there. There's a few. I tried a couple of them, and I just couldn't really get to grips with them too well. Oh my goodness. Hands, please. I know it's long. I know you don't want to work, but please cooperate with me today. No worries, Azzy. Thank you for stopping in. Take it easy. I hope you have a good sleep. Okay. In the meantime, we are continuing to paint. I'm currently going over the skulls. So these humanoid ones, I'm going for a bit of a lighter shade overall, which should also help with differentiating them from the other bone-coloured areas. I'm probably also going to use this colour on the horns up here, and to highlight the large skull on the staff. Okay. Much just taking it easy on this one, I think. in terms of at least the final effects that I'm going for. Okay. Thankfully, I can turn one of two fans off because it is finally starting to cool down just a fraction. So hopefully we'll start seeing some improvements. Okay. I realised I missed a bit the first time round. There it is. One of those I'll get to it in a minute type bits that I never actually got to. It's 2 coin purses, I guess they would be. Maybe component pouches. Maybe something else. Who knows? Has anyone ever done a what's in my purse for a Weirdnob Shaman? I'm just doing a bit of a light brush of darker colours there. Some of the skull needs to be repainted a little bit. And I don't mind if this is a little bit uneven with some brown patches. With a skull this size, you would expect to see some uneven aging. Forensic, anthropomorphic, anthropology, and paleontology knowledge being put to good use. Even though I can't say the damn words these days. But yes. A skull this size you would expect to see uneven aging. Especially if it's exposed to the elements the way it is. Back into the main house? No worries. Thank you so much for stopping in. And I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself. And hopefully we can catch up again soon. And please do feel free to DM me anytime about those models. I'd be more than happy to paint them for you. Up here. Ooh. A very, very unmixed white paint. Let's try that again. That's a bit better. Take it easy, Alex. Alrighty. Going in here. Gonna do... So in this case, it's more of a highlight than a secondary layer. So there are parts that I'm deliberately leaving the slightly greyish white that we've got here. I'm using it to try and create some shadows. Natural smoke shadows. If you ever watched bonfire smoke or anything like that, even clouds, you'll see that they create shadows, just like anything else. Trying to recreate that there to give a sort of sense of size to this smoke plume as well. Sort of size and dimension and like presence, I guess. Okay, so I'm just looking, focusing on the raised areas and kind of trying to leave a border between them and any neighbouring areas. Oops. Avoiding any sort of divots and anything like that that I see. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit better. Now the camera can understand what it's looking at a bit more, in theory. Okay. So this is just Corex White over Celestial Grey. For anyone wondering what the recipe is here. The Celestial Grey went on bare plastic. No previous primers or anything applied to that bit. Okay. I'm kind of going a little chunky in some places. Maybe not following these lines as cleanly. Because, smoke's kind of almost a living thing in the way it moves and changes and twists. So, I think a little bit of freedom in how it's done when you're painting it's not a bad thing. It's okay for your smoke to look a little different. Some people like to start on a darker grey and work to a pale grey before they add the white highlights in. It depends on the kind of smoke you're doing. This one I kind of want a unnatural, alchemical kind of feel to it. So I'm going with kind of a bright white colour overall. Might even add some other colours, some iridescence. Morning, how many eggs? Welcome in, Tess. I'll just have the one, depending on how they're done. Smoke follows you no matter where you sit. Exactly. See, it's a living thing. It lives to annoy everyone by a campfire. Crawl in the window of all your neighbours. Make them hate you when you're setting up your barbecue outside. How are you doing this? How's your day? How many eggs are you having this morning? Okay. Just a little bit of a brush up on some areas. Tie them up a little. And when I say tie them up, I mean, you know, to the standard that I want them at. I need to keep reminding myself this is not a display piece. The only person who is going to see this is myself, and whoever says hi on stream, basically. Maybe Instagram if I can be bothered. No one? Ah, treat yourself. Eggs and bacon. Okay, apparently we have seagulls. I'm in the middle. There's no seas nearby, and I can hear seagulls outside. I don't know if that came through on stream at all. That's really odd. Dinner bacon? Aww. You know what, if I was there, I'd cook eggs for you. I like cooking eggs. Have them fried eggs, they make a mess. But poached, scrambled, any other kind of egg, fine with. I like omelettes. I like doing hangover omelettes for people if they stay over. It's only happened a couple of times, but it's always been going down well when I've done it. I just fill them with, like, obviously eggs, but also bacon and cheese and veggies. And here's eagles. I was just a little. I thought it was an effect on the music for a second, but no, there was actual seagulls. How strange. I wouldn't be so far enough, but I live in a landlocked county. There are no oceans within hundreds of miles of here. Omelets. Hangover omelets are pretty great. If you're not feeling massively hungry and there's more than one as well, you can cut the omelette in half and put it on a slice of toast. So you do an omelette with like 1, maybe 2 eggs. Put all your fillings in, cook it up, and then slice it in half. Put it on some toast. Okay. You normally do that with your omelets anyway? Ah, okay. See, I normally do quite filling omelets. So they'll have like a crap ton of veggies, bacon, cheese. Sometimes I'll have potato in there too, like fried potato. So I don't normally eat anything with them. They're usually a complete meal in themselves. But yeah, sometimes I'll do that if maybe I'm sharing it because I'm not massively hungry or something. I put it in a wrap. Ooh, I haven't done that in a wrap. If I'm in a hurry, I'll usually not bother with omelets. I like taking my time with them. They're like lazy weekend brunch kind of food for me. If I'm in a hurry to do breakfast and I'm making something, it'll usually be like porridge or... So I use like quick cook porridges, quick cook oats even. So it'll usually be porridge or like, I don't know, toasted bagel, smoothies, stuff like that. Super quick, convenient stuff. Okay. We have 1 highlighted skull up there. Why is my light being all weird today? I swear it keeps flickering. I'm really sorry about that if it is coming through on stream, that flickering nonsense. Okay. I'm working on breakfast at the moment. I tend to eat either way too extravagantly or not enough at breakfast. So I'm looking at finding something that, gives me everything I need for the day, but is kind of easy to do. Currently it's kind of porridge, and I'm maybe looking at getting some protein shake stuff in for days where I just don't feel like eating a hot meal first thing in the morning. You know, like, say, when there's a heat wave. I can just do a protein shake instead. Be lazy. Any Mountain Toast and coffee? That's fair. I'm glad it's not coming through on stream, but my light is being super weird. Maybe it's just me. Most of the days, most of the time, I'll have some form of caffeinated drink. Like, it's rare that I don't have caffeine, at least, to start the day. But food has been very hit and miss. Like I said, I'm kind of going through an experiment phase with breakfast, see what works, and it is actually somewhat healthy. But I think I've mentioned before that I've been doing a lot of that kind of thing over the course of this year with food, just really sort of taking a good look at what I've done for years and years and years and going, okay, is that actually good for you? Is it healthy? Is this what you should be doing? How can you make it healthy? It's been cool. My takeaway consumption has dropped dramatically, but my food bill has gone sky high because cooking everything from home is expensive. Cooking everything from scratch is expensive. There we go. That's a bit more better. Eating right costs a ton. Yeah. It's where most of my money goes these days. It's, you know, over half my salary a month goes on rent and electricity. And I would say at least a third of my take home per month will go on food. Just to get the right food. I'm trying to grow my own, but things don't grow overnight. So, you know, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And again, that still costs money. You still need to buy, you know, compost or pots to put them in, or seeds, or, you know, whatever other junk you need to grow that you didn't have already because you've lived in flats for the past 10 years. Totally not referencing my own life here. Short story long, cost of living sucks. Slowly learning the whole eat healthy on a budget thing. Slowly seeing results. Actually, I kind of like that look. The slightly insane look. I'll probably tidy it up, but he's got slightly crazy eyes right now. Just kind of fun. Make money to afford to live, to make money to afford to live. Yeah, that is exactly the cycle I am trying to break. I am doing everything in my power to try and break the cycle of earning to live and living to earn. Because I hate it. Thinking about it makes me more depressed than near enough any other situation. So, yeah, I'm trying. I'm actually looking at my calendar to book time off to sell off most of my possessions so that I have a bit of a nest egg to give me the freedom to give up full-time work if I want to. Or at least, you know, get myself into a position where I can in the future. But I need to pay off debts and things like that first, so, you know, life costs. Life finds a way to bite you in the bank balance these days. Yeah, existing is expensive, and it's not right. It's not right. I would much rather give up modern conveniences, give up, you know, fast food or whatever it takes, and live on a farm, grow my own food, get all my income from that. But trying to transition to that, it's so difficult. So difficult. Yeah, and I'm very much interested in the ecological side of it too. But just from a simple way of life, I really hate the fact that I get paid once every calendar month, and within 4 days, I would say 95% of that has gone to someone else. Just because I happen to exist in a house as a human being who lives, breathes, uses electricity and things like that. And it's infuriating. Just to maintain costs so much. Never mind to progress in eBay. I was like, right, I'm getting rid of my junk. That way there's at least less shit to worry about when I do decide to pack it all in and move to a little hobbit hole in the country. Yeah, I'm currently in between the depression and anger phase of fuck late stage capitalism. I don't think I'll ever reach acceptance on that one. If you profit off of other people's misery, then I have no sympathy. And no time, really, either. I have no time for people who enjoy suffering of others in that way. But anyway, there's a little rant that has been percolating in my brain for a long time. And there's a good amount left to it. We're moving on to cheerful things because this is not the right platform. It's impossible to live without giving someone else money. Yeah, That's exactly right. It is exactly right. Whether it be taxes, whether it be, you know, rent, whatever it is, there is a cost to existing. And that ain't right, in my opinion. We'll find a way. I was gonna do a really nice gradient on these horns, but the heat has just messed that up completely. Dried too damn quick. Old-fashioned way then. Now, I've been looking a lot at minimalism, at frugality movements, things like that recently. Because honestly, it seems to be the only way you can get away from the self-perpetuating cycle. And it drives me nuts that I have to do it that way. But if that's how I escape, that's how I escape it. Just as long as I do escape, that's the key thing for me. And yeah, I've got plans this week. Well, not this week, this year. It's gonna take a little longer than a week to transition fully over, but soon. Thank you. I don't know, and I don't know if anyone else is familiar with the term digital nomad, but it's essentially folks who, you know, work off their laptops, but they travel everywhere. I'd like to live that kind of a lifestyle, a lot more nomadic, just see more places. Yeah, either get an RV or backpack or whatever. Not have to be tethered down by so much stuff and bills and things like that. But gotta start letting go of the little stuff before you can let go of the big stuff like a house. It's a long ways off. But if I did ever manage to get to that lifestyle, I would totally do something like, you know, travel around Australia, live out of a backpack for a few months, just see more of the world. I mean, even if I don't raise enough money doing this to fully give up work or anything like that, I'm hoping to raise enough for myself to go visit Australia again. So come to Melbourne, maybe do a side trip to either Tasmania or New Zealand this time. Both places that I wanted to go since I was a kid. Really start to see more. because I absolutely fell in love with Oz when I went. And there has been a lingering homesickness for going back ever since. And I can't describe it any other way. It just felt like home. Upstyling can afford, right? Yeah, exactly. Camping, yeah, just cover food and fuel. And I mean, to be honest, if you learnt things like foraging, bushcraft, stuff like that, if you had that kind of knowledge, which I don't, but I know you have some, you would need even less for food. You can hunt and forage and things like that, and I'd love to just sort of rediscover that sort of living for myself this time. Rather than just reading about other people doing it. Yeah, just live off a laptop if I had to. You can stream off a laptop. If I, put it this way, if I ever become a partnered streamer, I'm totally going to be a, you know, traveling all around the world streaming from my laptop kind of partnered streamer who can support themselves via streaming alone. I mean, even this stream, I'm doing it with what is effectively a powerful desk lamp and a mobile phone. I can totally run paint streams off of a laptop if I wanted to. And it's completely viable. Apart from that pesky gotta pay bills thing right now. Hen, welcome in. Take it easy. Take it easy, fast. Take care of yourself. And I'll catch up with you later for hopefully more Anthem, maybe? Or a Hell Let Loose stream. If you don't feel like Anthem for any reason. Mahen, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling rested and relaxed. Oh, you got nice cold weather again, because I would like cold weather, please. None of this 27 degrees at 9:30 at night bullshit. This is not what I signed up for. The one good thing about the UK is we didn't have this crazy weather. Excited for the weekend? Aww. Bess, go to work. You'll be late. Wait, what have you got on for the weekend? Did I miss something? Probably missed something. Oh boy, live like plant. Apologies for the background noise if it's coming through. There's a really live plant. Crap. Jeez, that was Hello. Don't know what's going on there. Anyway. Oh yeah. Oh, Nutfest! Oh, I didn't realize that was this weekend. Oh, I'm so excited for your hand. I hope you have an amazing time. That's gonna be so good. Oh, I'm so excited for you now. I hope you have an incredible time, Han. Do you know, have you picked out who you're gonna see yet? Because I'm assuming there's multiple stages and stuff. Like more than just one stage of bands. Aww. I haven't seen that many Rumi's emotes before. They're super cute. Not as cute as if Hannah done them, but they're still super cute. Handa's the cutest. That's why I got Hen emotes. Okay, I need to stop streaming on Thursdays because I'm getting super distracted by outside noise, and it's like ruining my concentration for talking on stream because I'm trying to listen to that noise over the sound of the music and things like that. If I go quiet, I'm probably just trying to work out what the hell made that weird noise outside. Two sages. I'm trying to bring me the Horizon and the Slipknot. Nice. That's gonna be fun. That sounds awesome, Han. I hope you have a fantastic time. It reminded me, actually, I still haven't checked out Slipknot's newest music. They've got a couple of new songs out that I've not yet checked out. Okay. Happy with that. I need this one, and I need another one. Reach it without knocking everything over, that would be awesome.
Bad Magic just resubscribed for 24 months. 24 months with this awesome, talented, lovely, wonderful streamer and artist. You deserve all the love and support.
Oh, Magic. Thank you so much. I know you've been here more than 24 months. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for the resub and welcome in. I hope you're doing well. You're too sweet. Gonna head to bed? No worries, hen. Take it easy. Take it easy. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope we see lots of pictures. Wait, what? you were apparently subbed for like 4 months before you followed. Apparently. Oh, but thank you so much for the 24 months. I really do appreciate it. Oh, and thank you for gifting us up to Hen too. I really, really appreciate that. And if Hen hasn't seen it, I know she does too. Oh, thank you so much, Magic. How are you doing? How's your day been? Okay. Night Hen. Night Hen. Thank you again for stopping in. I did dark grey to black metal. Nice. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a good evening to me, or good day / night. I'm not sure. Good time. Okay, a good time. My brain is not doing the brain thing too well at the moment, so I apologize. Taints are misbehaving now as well. It's too warm here. Dude, my brain is also... I mean... I've been streaming a little over 2 hours. But, it's 27 degrees at the moment. And really ridiculously humid. So it's incredibly uncomfortable. I am not a happy bunny with the weather right now. Because we've got heatwave part 2, basically. So I'm just trying to survive the heat wave, trying to relax. And we'll worry about everything else later. Okay. Let's get some color now. Alright, so I'm just saying the only advantage to this weather is the heavy shaded layers like this are gonna dry quite quickly, which is nice if I'm planning to paint over them, which I am. But the rest of it sucks. Air humidity, yeah, I'm at a guess, I would say it's 70 to 80%. I don't know the exact figure, but it's unpleasant. It's uncomfortable to be in. But I'm hoping it eases up soon, and should hopefully have a bit more of a comfortable weekend. Otherwise I'm just gonna have to suffer with it. You know, just suffer with it until it goes away. You know, when you get to the point where you're just like, well, this is my life now. I know where I am with these heat waves. Let me get something sweet? No worries, Magic. Take your time. Hope you find something tasty. Alright, we've got just a little bit here. The very last stage now of just adding some minor details and base work, things like that. We're not done too badly. Oops. Say that and instantly too much water on the brush. Paint doesn't like it. Just going over all these with a little bit of Runelord brass. A nice, I find it's a really useful metallic that just kind of goes with everything. Kind of complements every color scheme. Oh, he's drifting. There we go. But yeah, I'm yet to find a colour scheme that I don't like putting Runelord brass into. I'm sure I'll find one eventually, I just haven't found it yet. And I'm just using it as a little bit of a highlight colour, just for a bit of pop of something different. honest. Yeah, that's a bit better. Now, I was going to fix that eye, but I actually kind of like it kind of bulging like that. So I might leave it. But I'm going to go... Don't want that one. That's not the one I want. Let's see, what basic materials do I have? I'm banning myself from using Sterland mud for the basing. Oh. Not always easy to reach. We'll go with Martian Iona, which is this great reddish one, and it's a brand new pot. I've never opened it. Okay, it's a crackle one. Trying to think what color would be underneath that. So I'm not going to be too precious about how even this color is, because it's going to almost instantly have another layer over the top of it. And this is Scrag Brown that I'm using. And honestly, it's kind of just for a shadow effect to go under the cracks, so it's not just showing like plain black underneath. Nice little tip there. I actually picked up in Warhammer World for making your faces look a little better. Just mix in any stuff that's sat on the top. It's a little too red for me. I prefer it a little more orange overall. That's okay, because you can add shades and dry brushes and whatnot over the top to kind of bring that colour back into what you'd expect it to. Back in line with what you wanted. I'm just doing a nice thick layer so we'll get some deep cracks and some really nice texture across that. Just using the regular roller basing tool for that, or the textured paint tool. Okay. I'm just trying to avoid any bits that are too clumpy, any bits that are too bare. There we go. It's a little dry, crackle. I'm sure you know the drill by now. There'll hopefully be a bit of that nice orangey brown showing through. And then once it's fully dry, I'll go over it with probably some Agrax or something like that to sort of make it a bit more brown and dried out sands. Now what am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. What do you think, stream? Are you gonna cooperate with me? Probably not. So you know what? He looks a lot better on screen. Why does this always happen to me? There we go. He looks a lot better on screen. Okay. I'm happy with that, you know? It's maybe not perfect, but I'm happy with that for a relatively short paint. Taken just over 2 hours. I would consider that battle ready. Yeah, it's very easily converted into a different color scheme, a different theme, if you wanted it to be. So I'm gonna leave it there for today. Let's see. I'm not gonna raid anyone tonight. I'm kind of tired, so I think I'm gonna call it there and yeah, stream a little bit more on Friday, I believe, is when I next have a stream planned. I'm not exactly sure now. Welcome back, Magic. I am actually just ending because I'm kind of tired. Oh, that's great, thank you. Just did a little bit of basing on there. The base will kind of crack into kind of a more desert look, like dried out kind of riverbed kind of thing is what I'm going for in a way. But thank you so much for sticking in, Magic. I hope you enjoy your food. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna raid anyone, but the next stream is Saturday. It's gonna be about the same time as my normal painting streams at the weekend. There's gonna be a mixture of games, hopefully some open lobbies, so I hope you can join me for that. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever around the world. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now, folks.